Alright, welcome back to some more MetaPhor ReFantazio. And today we're gonna head into the ancient Elden Sanctum and hopefully not find a whole place destroyed.
Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
The place we
Are you
first
alright?
met, huh?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
So we're definitely not like normal, like in terms of human or Elda. We're definitely not a normal person that was born normally. Or at least that's what I'm getting at for sure.
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
That's Zorba. We'll have to fight Zorba again, but I'm not like the most concerned about him. Okay, so we can check the royal
Why?
flowers. Uh-huh. Okay, so there's no monsters here because I can't like, you know, attack. Oh, this place has been like absolutely destroyed.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
I mean, we're up against a
It was
necromancer.
burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
Right, Forden trying to protect his
But why?
claim to the throne.
Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
It wasn't His Majesty, it was
Thinking back
Forden.
now,
Yeah.
it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true,
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcis? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
And that's Gria's. That's his real previous name, I guess. Is she asking why did Grias know about this place?
Yes, over there.
And we are lost in thought.
What? That...
he draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yep, we have enemies.
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
And we be ready for fights. Need to get to the
Like this.
cave. Word of the prince, we need to hurry to the hideout. That's a lot of fairies. Uh-huh. Huh. Who is that?
Why?
There's someone there.
Russell? You're safe.
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
He's dead,
A few
isn't he?
days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
So the prince is dead already.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis, from the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
Has to
An
be
innocent
Zorba.
boy, twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I have to.
must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you?
Sort of.
'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Yeah, we were
Well,
born out of some
I will
weird
go
magic,
before
I
you to the
assume.
prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
We should check in on Hulkenberg. Someone should help check in on Hulkenberg. She's probably the most affected by this.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
We have a bunch of new memorandums. Oh, I forgot to do a bunch of these. Solstice Cross. Oh, I should have saved first.
I'm a little worried.
I need to get the prince as quickly as I can. Okay, we can still
It's nearly
save.
time.
I'm saving. Things are about to happen. I'm not sure if they're good things or bad things, but things are about to happen.
Long have I waited.
Who are you?
Hey, you.
Beg pardon?
Right. So people didn't know about our existence.
You
So that
must
means-
hurry.
Okay, sure,
The
chill.
time has come.
Chill. Uh-huh. Alright, so we didn't come from the Elda tribe. Lady Grey Day. Okay.
All was for this day. There is still time.
Bunch of people died. We have to go gather feathers.
What?
Uh-huh. Fairies are not. Huh. That's an interesting bit of
Follow that.
lore. So fairies are not supposed to have a personality, but just jobs, I suppose. Let's go. Prince is in the middle there. Cross paths with the assailant. Uh-huh. I mean, you would have probably been killed if you tried to stop him. Trying to see if there's anything. Oh wow, Gallica, the funniest stuff happened. Huh. Don't leave the house. Why is there a shopkeep here?
Oh, it's you!
Altar of Secret History. Anyone else that we can talk to? Called himself the Resistance. Uh-huh.
Come off it.
Silly tribe. Uh-huh. Why are you
Now what am I
here?
to do?
50% health. I mean, I'll buy like 6 more of these, I guess. Ambrosia could be nice. 50% to all allies is quite strong. Okay, the fact that you're giving off like really decent gear is making me a little nervous. Not gonna lie. Fairly expensive too. Right now we have increased strength of all magic. Plus 30 attack is probably not super worth it. We can just take this, I guess. The other one has no... One second here. What's your equipment? What's your equipment, Yufa? Okay, yeah, so it won't do much here. I like the automatically increase attack. This is really nice from Milo. So we could just buy that for Yufa. Not a terrible idea. She's like my main damage dealer as well. So I guess just that one is not bad. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna buy this for Yufa.
How nice.
That's the only thing I'm buying though. Alright, just one more person in this inner circle. Alright, time to see the body.
This way.
I see you've cleaned the blood.
No, Your Highness. Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruide.
So
It's
you're
been a long
Druid.
time.
What are you riding
May I
on?
ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruide.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable?
Uh-huh.
What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum.
Yeah, we kind of know about that.
His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our Elda tribe.
We didn't know about the mother part though. But that makes sense.
She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so...
Or is the voice we've been hearing his mother, the previous Elda queen?
You there, boy. Are you perhaps... no, it can't be. And yet...
Yeah, see? No one here knows us. So the fact that we've been sent on this mission is weird.
Is something amiss, Milady Gruide? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
So we were never part of the Resistance. Neither the Elda nor the Resistance knows us. So the question is, where did we come from?
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee.
But no one knows us.
Now remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew.
Okay, here we go.
I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
This voice, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
I look to the past. I see the roads I've traveled on this
Gallica
journey.
and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's
In
name.
the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was our only chance at
It was all for
victory.
victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
Is no longer
He's
with
no
us.
longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
Then, I mean, assuming that our conversations with the prince is not made up, he basically left us the mission to try to see his role to reality, right?
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth.
I don't remember the full conversations between the protagonist and the prince, but I kind of remember that the prince was like, oh, even if I die, you would be perfect to run the kingdom for me, or something along those
He was
lines.
consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive.
Us,
So from
right?
his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more.
And we are his soul.
Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious that we are the prince, or at least a part of him. But me, the protagonist, Thumbs, is no
I'm
one.
nobody.
Indeed, thou
There we go.
art nobody, and thou hast nothing, to name but a few. Thy parents, memories of thy youth. Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent?
Nope.
Yes, thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I don't have a
I
past.
don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince.
Okay, so we did kind of predict this. Like I think I said this theory sometime way back. But yeah, the fact that Gallica was like, that's not right. So fake memories has also been put into Gallica, but no one else.
Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
With the prince.
Do you mean...
But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me, believed in me? And the same goes for the desire to help anyone in need. How is it that I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
So I can refuse to know, which I assume would lead to a different ending, but I'm just gonna go with the expected answer. I am the prince.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
What awaits us now?
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an Elda, as I once was.
And that's how Gallica found us.
The time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Okay. A new form. Fascinating.
What? What is this?
So, long story. I'm not real. Or I was not real, now I am. Everything was a kind of figment of your imagination. I'm the prince now, the real prince. I took over his body. We're all good. We're chilling. Let's go kill Luis again.
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
And memories were implanted into Gallica on the way out of the village.
Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance. The boy needed a guide, Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
Right.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
Nope, we didn't.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day.
Can we comfort
when
Gallica,
our
please?
dearest wish is
Like, she's
fulfilled.
still our best friend?
As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
I mean, you're still coming with us, right, Gallica? Anyways,
How do we make sense of this?
some weird Elda being, because they said that, she said that, you know, she was once an Elda. Some weird Elda god magic thingy took the prince's wish to see the world, basically turned into me, and then fake memories got put into me and Gallica, and so our mission started. And so now that we're back here, we got fused into one body again.
Is it really you? How do you feel?
You know, normally in these situations, it would be like, I have two memories now. But there won't be a second memory, right? In this case, like, because he's been in a coma for the past who knows how long. So we would have the memories of our youth up to when he collapsed, and then the memories after he collapsed. So there's no overlapping memories except for getting stabbed, I guess. I feel fine. Ready to kill Luis
I feel
again.
fine, I think.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is,
We need to sit down because this is gonna take about 3 hours.
So let me get this straight.
Anyone need like a beer first? You know, something alcoholic to drink?
You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Yeah, basically.
That's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
Yep.
I see. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Drakadios.
You know, that does make sense. That is actually a good comparison.
a mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself.
You know, in a different game, we would 100% be able to transform into a dragon. Fire Emblem.
Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name? He truly was His Highness all along?
Well, yes, kind of. Also, I've seen you drunk, Hulkenberg. No need for formalities.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
Listen, Heismay, I've seen her drunk. I feel like time for formality has passed about 2.5 months ago.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
Well, I'm still alive,
No.
aren't I?
I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
And yes, you 100% did save me a bunch of times by just being an HP sponge tank.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince?
Just a quick nod.
Please forgive me, Your Highness. I
Hulkenberg,
failed you when you needed me
we're
most.
way past this. We're way past this, Hulkenberg.
More. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
I've seen you drunk. You're fine.
It never bothered me.
Yes, at all.
That's right, Hulkenberg. We've been through so much together. What could we be but allies?
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
You know, the fact that Hulkenberg is our first rank 8, it was not intentional, but she's like our, well, no, not our only rank 8. Moore's also rank 8, but she was our first rank 8. Even before Stroll.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
Listen, same as always, please.
Captain. Same as always.
Especially
No,
you,
Your Highness.
Hulkenberg.
With all respect, I must object.
I've seen you drunk. Shush.
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is. I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it?
I mean, yes, you got it to fly.
See, Your Highness.
You're...
So
Listen,
much
you're
for
fine.
acting same as always.
Listen, nothing's changed between us, okay? Meanwhile, these two are like, what on earth is happening?
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real.
You're just looking at an empty carpet, you know that, right?
He is a child of Elden blood, and Elden
I mean, I
legacy.
guess that makes sense.
All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self, in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince
yeah, you
himself.
know what? Yeah. We should have realized it from then, right?
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I mean, it more or less is a
I
miracle.
can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember, I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
A guiding voice.
A voice? Whose?
Is it
If
this
you
like
can't
weird?
remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just happened, right? I shouldn't
Yeah.
have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the order to save the prince too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
We all
A
did.
voice.
Yeah.
Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice.
Yep. Here we
Hang
go.
on.
Here
Come
we
to think
go.
of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
My guess is I have sort of
I
an
have
idea.
A faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of
Yep.
somewhere not unlike these grounds.
So, I suppose to test out the truth, we should all dig in and rip our own hearts out.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Well, we still have things to do.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elda?
Here we come.
We
It's time to the
Mustari
lordom.
are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
All right. I guess they're giving us an opportunity to save. Yeah, they are. Does that change anything? It feels like our stats are higher. Actually, probably not. It feels kind of like our stats are higher, but I highly doubt it. Hi, I'm alive. Yeah, the late queen, I assume, is the
Very nice.
Uh-huh. Hi, I'm alive again.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I should check in on him. Hi, Tudor, I'm alive. Uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Collecting flower petals. Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep going. I don't want to end the episode just yet. I do want to just get this whole lordom over with this episode.
Oh, it's you!
Refrain from making any loud noises because we might startle the fairies. Got it.
Huh? Wow. What?
Yeah, fairies are. I guess yeah, fairies are supposed to be like these weird tools. I guess.
About that.
Huh. Yeah, whimsical, fickle, I suppose. That's what fairies are supposed to be. Uh-huh. I do agree.
It's you. And yet.
Uh-huh. Talk to you? No? Okay. Guess that's all the fairies I can talk to. Alright, please go ahead, give me the history lesson. I'm ready for, to sit back
Does
and...
this depict the Elder tribe?
No, it looks like more old age people.
Elda comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones.
Elder,
It was an
I
alias
see.
given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past.
Uh-huh.
As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words
Carries some sort of truth.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
Uh-huh.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
Supposedly by war.
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic.
It basically replaced science. That's what we learned from the ruins in Dragon Grace.
Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division, for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
You know, that makes sense. That's like why the Rusant are like really, really strong, and the Parapus as well. Like all the tribes have some sort of like specialty to them, right? Because I was curious, right? Like I think one of the first things we learned about the Rusant, where I was still calling them elves, was that normally elves were not made to be strong, but elves used to be as this like frail archer type, but in this game they're like actual warriors.
Unbelievable.
And so are
We've
like
met
pretty much,
plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts.
yeah, all of the other tribes
Given the choice,
basically.
I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division.
Oh, and Nydia, the Nydia can change their appearance, which would make them perfect spies, right? Mustari can sense Magla, but I think that's more of an adaptation than like artificial creation.
And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries.
Uh-huh.
You understand now, yes? We, the Elda, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
Right.
Beggars belief. To
is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elda.
That makes sense.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
I mean, whenever there's a... What do you call it? An opening in power, religion is always kind of like the first big
what
one,
are
huh?
magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark?
I guess the church started off as a way to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself, but over time, of course...
In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes.
Yep. It used to be a tool so that history doesn't repeat, but now it's a tool for control.
The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth
Closure
that
ray.
would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elda denounced.
Close your ray, right? Close your ray, close your eyes. I've made that comparison
I have
before.
no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of
1,
one
2,
mind.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we are 8 tribes. Plus a fairy.
As you are now,
Guess
you
that
may
makes
walk
9.
The path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
Uh-huh.
The sovereign's power.
Oh.
Thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people.
Uh-huh.
To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
Oh, are we...
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away.
It is to be cured with a
Begins
soothing
with
sweet
a
bun.
simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There's weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Louise's mention as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. Oh. Is this a new archetype branch? The king? Okay, that looks cool. Enter the
Let's do it.
prince. If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing that my convictions
Let's
in the fight to
fight.
come. That
That's
is my
it.
mission.
I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've
Yep,
got to
we
cope
got
with
that.
anxiety, eh?
I realized something in our travels. Anxiety
Oh,
can
there's
lead
some-
people astray,
There's like
but
a
overcoming
bar
it,
near my house and the music's really
person
loud. I hope
stronger.
none of it's leaking into the mic.
there's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
Well, I'm counting on you.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Is it the... Aw, I was hoping that that would be the final Gallica
Well, we're past the
rank
worst
up.
of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
Yep, he can and
A
will.
forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words,
Here,
a
just give me one moment. I'm
destabilizing
gonna go
magic,
close my
turning
window.
a person's magla into a snarl beyond control.
Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. I hope no music actually like got into the mic there.
This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Uh-huh.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Tell me about Luis. We need to know his weakness
Who
first.
exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius. A family
Caradrius.
of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people,
Uh-huh.
they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits.
Very
the
much
details are long
like
since lost to the
Rella
fire.
then.
But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
The king's magic then?
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
Okay, tell me about this spell
What
then.
is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control.
Right. Disrupt the mind, disrupt the magic.
That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same.
People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power.
Interesting.
That is what we call magic.
I mean, it does also reflect in the whenever we get the archetypes, right? Where what is it? Your anxiety and thy fears will become thy strength. Yeah, parallels there. But interesting that the magic system is based on fears. I mean, I guess it checks out with the Persona series. Again, I've never played a Persona game before. But I do know that their powers come from their traumas, something like that. They have to like conquer their traumas. So, you know, checks out in terms of publisher, developers.
In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's Elda, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
He could turn anyone into a human.
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone, please!
That's him, the malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Alright, we have to go after Zorba now. Right. Do we fight Zorba now?
I beg your pardon.
Wait, what did you say? Fairies or magic, we could recalibrate the density of... Interesting. You know, I was wondering through like that whole first act, right? Like how Gallica, no one seemed to notice Gallica. That answers that question. I'm glad there's an actual explanation from it other than, you know, just no one sees her. We're just gonna fight Zorba in this episode. This might be a longer one. I'm okay with that. Actually, you know what? No. We'll fight Zorba next time. I'm just gonna make this episode the whole lore dump episode. We got a bunch of lore dump, bunch of exposition, but we've learned a lot now, and we can also... Where is it? Is the prince not here? There it is. The Prince archetype. Heroes proving increase the casters by 3 ranks for 3 turns. Deals heavy magic light damage to all enemies. Oh, that's another hero's passive. Can anyone else learn this? No one else can. Okay. Although I am curious as to what the other thing is for, right? I'm gonna go ahead and become the prince. Okay, I have 4 skills here. I can do the same stuff, right? I can go shield blessing. And then my standard shelter formation. Not shelter formation. I want the other one first. All allies attack up. Actually, you know what? We can just go with this. This is cheaper. And also healing. And let's actually use a couple of these. Where's the prince?
New skills, new possibilities.
I want rank 6. I'm gonna use 5.
I found new power.
And then I'll just use one of these as well. Become rank 8. That should be good enough. And we use the same weapon, which is nice.
Behold, I walk a royal path.
Strength plus 5, that's actually not super helpful for me. But there's nothing else really that's good, right? Yeah, there's nothing else really. Yeah, I'm fine with that then. Okay. Well, we'll end this here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna give that to... I'm gonna give this to, him. And I'm gonna grab the, hair. Yeah, the agility plus 2 could be nice. Gives me more evasion chance. But yes. Next time we're fighting Zorba. And hopefully getting to the next section of the story. I'll see you all next time.